been a minute, right? But it's me, I'm here, it's Anne. Hi. So, in a couple of videos ago, I asked everyone for some questions. I asked for a hashtag #AMyQ. Little side note on that. Did not think about the fact it would just read Amy Q. Sorry for the confusion that caused. I literally didn't think about it as I was saying it, but then I didn't want to re-record. I don't know, it came out weird. I'm so sorry, but here we are. I'm Amy Q, I guess. So we've got some questions. Thank you so much everyone who gave me a question, whatever it was. It was really awesome. I can't get to all of them because we're just going to be here forever, and we all know that I'm a rambler. So any excuse to be talking, we need to nip that in the bud, you know? So I've picked a few. Any I don't get to, I will get to if I do another Q&A. If you guys enjoy a Q&A, want more of that, then of course we'll do that again. And I'll get to you then. If not, I will just respond to you however you ask me. So I'm sorry if I don't get to your question. It's not because I don't love you, because you know that I do. It's just that time was an issue. Let's jump right in, shall we? Yeah? Yeah. So first question is from MNRK, Mark, my little Mark. If you could change the colours of one of my sets, which set would it be and to which colours? That was a really hard question, because I only pick sets that I like, right? And they all have such great colours, so I really had to rack my brain for that one. But the only thing I could come up with was some of my friends' sets. Now I know we love the colour scheme, we love the brightness, we love the fun, but I do not like the use of pink in the Friends hot dog van. It doesn't go with the red. To me, it's so clashy and it just kind of detracts from the set for me. So in that one, I would change the pink. Not in every set, because I like the pink. Don't be hating. I'm not hating on the Friends pink at all, but I would change the pink out on that, and I have actually bought the bricks to do so. So I chose to go with a bright yellowish orange for the awning, and I haven't decided on the top. But you know, hot dogs, ketchup and mustard, it makes sense. And that colour's just so vibrant and fun still. I don't think it takes away anything, but I just couldn't get on with that pink and red combo in that set. It wasn't happening for me. So that's what I would change. But everything else is so far. Other sets that I don't have, I can't think of any personally right now, but I'm sure there are some that I'm like, oh, if it was in this colour, I would like it. But it's not worth buying the whole set to change the colours, you know? So I'm sure there are many others that I would change the colours of, but of my personal sets, it's that one. Okay, so next up we have Tommy Rich. If you could be a pizza topping, what pizza topping would you be and why? I'd be pepperoni, right? Hands down pepperoni. It's a classic, it's delicious, it feels bad for you, but you're gonna eat it anyway. Like, it's everything I'm about. It's a bit much, but also perfect. That's like saying I'm a bit much, but perfect. I'm definitely a bit much. I wouldn't go as far as to say perfect, but if I could be, I'd be pepperoni. And you also asked what is my favourite and my least favourite set. So I'll answer on my least favourite, because that ties in, like, a lot of people ask me this. A lot of people ask me what my favourite set was and my least favourite set was, which is a valid question, but I really feel like I have answered this, so I'm so sorry if you're not going to get the answer that you want. But my least favourite set is the Friends apartment set. I love it, I love the references, I love all the lavender, but I don't love it as a set when it's finished. I loved building it, if that makes sense. I loved noticing all the things in the show, I loved all the use of parts, but I just don't like how big it is. I don't like the way it looks overall. I want to change it. So yeah, that's definitely my least favourite set. There's been very few other sets that I've built and then gone, I don't like it. But the only other thing I can think of is the Easter gift with purchase carrot house. it's fine. I just don't love it. I really don't. Like, I really like all the pieces in it. I love the stickers. The stickers are super cute, but it's just very weirdly unnecessary to me. So I'm glad it was free, but yeah, not something I would want multiples of or even have. So yeah. And then we'll tie in favourite set with questions from the wonderful High Tea Toys and from Brat Packer on Instagram, who both asked what my favourite Lego set was. It's baby. It's the haunted house. I mean, I have so many other sets that probably will get up there and probably will end up being my favourite set, but I don't know. I loved it for so long. I mean, not that long, but I haven't loved Lego for that long. So in terms of how long I've been here, I've loved it the longest. I absolutely adore it. I love the colours. I love the way it looks in general. I love the way it looks up there. I love the playability, all the different references, even though I don't necessarily get them. I really, really enjoy everything that there is about this set. And besides the roofs, which I hated doing because I'm terrible at it. Besides putting the roofs on, I loved every other part of the build. It was just fun, it was interesting. I feel like I learned some techniques, which was great because I need to learn all the techniques. And the colour is gorgeous, like it's beautiful. But before I built it, I would have definitely said close tie, weirdly enough, between the Ideas Treehouse and the Magical Caravan set. I really love this set. It's so beautiful. It's so fun. It was a joy to put together. It was just a wonderful experience. I love playing with it. I love looking at it all the time. That's why it's right here. Everything in it is just very attractive. It's very good. I really love that set. And then the treehouse just sparks joy in me every day. But the pods of the actual house are so fiddly and small. And I love it to look at, but the playability for me is all on the base. I can't really play with the huts because my hand is like trying to cram a pumpkin in a jar. It's just, it doesn't work, and it makes me sad because there's so many great details in those sets, but I can't like really handle them. So it is just for looking at for me, and it kind of makes me sad a bit. But I love swinging someone on the little swing set all the time. So, and I just like overall the look of it is just stunning. So I really love those sets. So those are my favourite set. But right now it's your bad boy up here. Definitely that one. So next is a question from my delightful Willow Wingardium, who I love very much. So I actually took two of your questions because they were both dinky questions. So the one that we had on YouTube was, what house am I in from Harry Potter? I'm sorry, but recently we have answered this on stream, and we did a Harry Potter London Calling that I was on, and I am a Slytherin, if you can guess. I am very much a Slytherin. I always thought, to be honest, I always thought of myself as a Hufflepuff because I'm just a disaster of a person. But then when you actually weigh up all my other qualities and how I get about everything, and I did the Pottermore quiz, yeah, I'm classic Slytherin right here. And I'm not even sorry, I love that. It's great. I just thought I was a Hufflepuff, but whatever. And then your other question was, what was my favourite season? Which is just such a sweet little question. I love this question. So I hate the heat. I hate being hot. I'm hot all the time. I can't handle it. I say that I'm actually freezing right now because winter just hit us hard this year in England. It's crazy. But my favourite season, because of the hate of the heat, I love the sun. So it's autumn, or fall, if you call it that. But yeah, autumn, because you still get the bright sunshine. It's not too cold that you can't function outside, but it's crisp and it's delicious. And the colours of nature are just incredible in the fall. And everything just feels cozy, but not like you're trying to huddle for warmth to save your life, like in winter sometimes. So yeah, definitely spooky pumpkin season. Yes. Next question was from a Tainted Wolf on YouTube. If I had been into Lego as a child, what Lego would I have liked, 100% hands down, it's Adventurers, right? My love of Indiana Jones, my love of non-girly things when I was a child. I don't really have a love of girly things now. I mean, I guess I like pretty colours. So I'd love to say like Paradisa, because I like pretty colours now, but if I think back to then, when I was a child, no. It would have been anything with the guns and the swords and the running around with weird creatures and boulders, and it's Adventurers. Like, it's gotta be. I would have loved that stuff as a kid. You know, this is when I was in my Playmobil phase heavily, and it was all cowboys and stuff in that sort of spectrum, so 100% Adventurers. I would have loved it, and looking at it now, I love it now. So there we go. And next one from AV Bricks. If money was no object, which retired set would I want? I mean, the obvious answer for me would be Ninjago City. It's gorgeous, we all want it, right? I've already said this in a video that we all want that set because it's amazing. But I don't know, I feel like I want to go with the Monster Fighters Haunted Mansion. I love that set, it's beautiful. And to get it new in box now is pretty much getting up there with Ninjago City, which is odd because I'm not sure it's even a quarter as detailed. But I love it. I love the spooky stuff. That's a set I really, 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 really want. And it just seems you have to get it new in box to actually get the figures, which is very upsetting, but I want them and I need them. And like, yeah, it's the Monster Fighters Haunted Mansion. But I also want Ninjago City, so just so you know. So next question is from Nathanos. And what are your top five favourite films? That's a hard question. 5 is a lot of films. Like, I really love films. I'm a huge cinephile. I really do, and I just couldn't think. Like, it was too hard to pick just 5, but to also think of exactly the 5. So I had to give myself a system. I decided that I would pick one from each genre, and I only picked films that might not necessarily be the best films of that genre, and certainly not the ones that I would consider the best in that genre, but the ones that are my personal favourite, that I go to every time. And I really went for ones that after I watch them I want to watch again. But unfortunately 5 also excludes a lot of genres. So I just kind of went with my go-to, like if I was sick kind of thing, what movies would I want to watch? So I picked Hook, which if you haven't seen Hook, oh my god, watch Hook. It's so good. Robin Williams, Dustin Hoffman, Peter Pan, it's incredible. 100% my favourite film growing up. I still love it to this day. It holds up in my eyes. Rufio? Forget about it. That film is bangarang, and if you don't understand that, go watch the film and you will get it, okay? Then I also picked When Harry Met Sally. So I really enjoy that film. It's just a comfort little film for me. It's certainly not perfect. It's certainly not the best in a romantic comedy genre, but I have feels. It makes me have feels. The next I decided I definitely had to throw in a Christmas film, because Christmas films are probably my favourite genre of films. Like, I start watching Christmas films now. I'm insane. I just love them. I love to feel good, you know? I don't know if you could tell that about me. I just like to feel happy all the time. So definitely Christmas films. And it was really hard for me to pick one. But if I had to, gun to my head, right in this moment, it's Home Alone. I absolutely love Home Alone. Kevin is the best. And yeah, that's one of my definite have to watch every year. I mean, there's about 20 Christmas films that I have to watch every year, but that one, if I don't watch Home Alone, it's not even Christmas. And then I picked Disney/Pixar as another category, because I did get asked what my favourite Disney animated movie was, but if I had to go with the other lines of a film that I would definitely want to watch the second it's over, it's WALL-E. That film is the freaking cutest thing ever. and every time I watch it I just sit there grinning and feeling so warm inside, and every time it's over I want to watch it again. So WALL-E. And then if you don't know this about me, I really love horror. I love horror films, I love the genre and all the subgenres within it. I'm a big fan, used to do a podcast about horror films. It's just, it's very much a way of life in our house, as in my house of me and the boy toy, but we're very into the horror. But my favourite is not a, you know, it's amazing to me. It's absolutely my favourite. I kind of grew up with it, kind of, you know, not too early in life. My parents are not bad parents. But it's Scream. I am obsessed with that film. I love everything about it. Mind you, I love most of Wes Craven's films, but there's something about that film just really resonates with me, and I still love it to this day. I will still Scream movie marathon all the time. All the time. I love that film. So those are my 5 that I've picked. I'm sorry if I missed out some really important genres. I probably have, but those are the ones that I could easily watch. Totally digestible for me. So that's what I've got. So next question is from Bricks and Mortar, aka my jam babe. And that was, what is my biggest Lego purchasing regret or most disappointing set? So again, I'm gonna go with the Friends Apartments as the most disappointing set to me, because I was really upset with the final product of how big it was, but I didn't buy that. So my biggest purchasing regret is gonna be a cop-out and say it was a Monster Fighter set that I picked up. It was the Swamp Creature. So I love the set, don't get me wrong, but because I bought it used off eBay, the pictures did lie, and yeah, it's not in good condition at all. It said it was excellent, said it was complete. All the pictures seemed to miss out all the damage. I got conned on that one a little bit. I did not spend a lot of money on it, obviously, but yeah, that was a purchase regret. And oh my god, it stank as well. It was hideous. It was my worst eBay experience with buying Lego. Not that I've bought much, but it was my worst one, and I regretted it. I regretted not looking at other options. I just jumped on it, but you know, you live and learn, and it still functions. It's just the figures are atrocious. Okay, next question is from Seth Bland, and very, very, very nice little comment. I would not say that I am good at either of these things, but I will answer your question anyway. So I use the Sony ZV1 to shoot with and to stream with and to do everything with, because it's a cracky little all-rounder and I really enjoy it. It's got so many functions I don't understand. Shout out to BoPro for giving me a quick rundown and all the settings I needed to just function as a camera owner. But there we go. And editing, I did not learn how to edit. I still don't know how to edit. I don't know if you can tell. I mean, obviously not, because you said it in such a nice way. Almost like a little praise. But I just have iMovie because I have a MacBook. I went on it, figured roughly what I needed to do. Like, I've played with audio editing before, as I said, podcast previously. And I was shown how to do certain little things. Everything else I had to quickly Google or YouTube to find out how to do that. I still forget how to put pictures and videos every time, which is super not professional, but you know, you can find out really easily, so that's fun. So yeah, just iMovie, a little bit of time and patience. I'll get better at it, I hope, with more practice, but that's where we're at. It's just a nice camera and iMovie that I got for free. It's easy-ish. Like, it can be time consuming, but I find it very relaxing actually, so yeah, it's good. It's all good. Okay, next question is from Guido, and it's a great question. Can you do a handstand? No, I cannot, and I daren't try. So I don't think I've ever been able to do a handstand, to be honest. I have tried to remember a time if I could ever, but I always think I've been a bit scared of trying. I'm gonna fall on my face. I just know it, and I've known it my entire life, so I can't do one. I do not have the balance to stand, let alone stand on my hands. Next is Fooling with Bricks, and it's if you could have any Lego theme made that hasn't already been, then what would it be? And I didn't really think about this one because there's a lot of properties I really love, but I think the one for me that I would really love to see made, and it breaks my heart every time they say no on ideas, is Ghibli, Studio Ghibli. I absolutely love the films. I absolutely love the aesthetic that we would get from the Lego sets of that. I don't know if anybody has seen one of the many iterations of the Spirited Away bathhouse on Lego Ideas, but the sets look incredible. Like little Totoros look incredible. It all looks so great. I want that. That's what I would want to be made into Lego, so I could just have more Ghibli displays everywhere because I love it. I love it. It's great. Okay, so next up, there's a question from Billy Keeble on Instagram, and it was daddy or chips? Little troll question for us, eh? So to explain this question, there was an advert, I can't even remember how many years ago, and it's just two little girls on the school bus, and one of them said, would you pick daddy or chips? And then the little girl's racking her brains over it and choosing between chips or her daddy. And then right at the end, daddy steals a chip off her plate and she picks chips. It was kind of a dumb advert for McCain fries that everyone loved. It was so dumb. And everyone just kept asking everyone daddy or chips for a small time. So it clearly worked, but it irritated me. But I would obviously pick daddy. I pick daddy every time, obviously. I'm not a big fan of the fry, I have to admit, but still, even if I love fries, it would still be daddy. I'm a daddy's girl. Okay, so the next question is from Blah1, who I can't remember what your name was before, but it was definitely Dan. So sorry about that if I don't recognize you anywhere else. The question is, since I came back to Lego, but this is the first time, so I'm gonna go from since starting liking Lego. How have I dealt with balancing Lego and the rest of my life? And the answer is, I haven't. Yeah, you pointed out that balancing it with work, other things in life, and then watching content on YouTube, doing Lego things myself, so like building, mocking, etc. How do I balance that? And it's not going well. But then I didn't really have, this is gonna sound really sad and dramatic, but it's not, I promise you. I don't have a lot of friends because I've moved around so much. You kind of lose contact with people, and then the people you don't lose contact with, they're really far away, so you don't spend a lot of time with them. So living here, I only have like 1 or 2 work friends, and then everyone else I can't see all the time anyway, so I spend a lot of time with you guys on YouTube. I love it. You're my friends now, so to me it's kind of like that's an okay balance. And then obviously I'm struggling balancing it with work. I'm struggling finding time to do stuff for YouTube, but watching, I don't struggle at all. I just watch that all the time. It's great. Which kind of ties into a couple of other questions I had, so we'll go to those next. Eric, aka Rickers Dozen on Instagram, asked how do I manage to be on every stream ever? And I don't, is the answer. I honestly don't. I'm not everywhere all the time. You guys just think I am. I try to be on streams as much as I can because I love it. I love watching all the other content creators out there. I mean, especially the ones that I've really bonded with, the channels and the communities of the channel. So I'm not just there for them, guys. I'm there for you, you know? Like, chat's where it's at. I've always said that. I'll maintain that forever. But I don't get to every stream. Time zones play against me all the time. I wish I could watch more, to be honest. Like, I just want to hang out and have fun all the time, but it's hard. It is hard, but I'm lucky enough that when I'm at work, it's quite quiet. I can just stick on a stream, and then you'll notice those streams because I don't chat as much because I'm also doing other stuff all the time. But yeah, I'd say I'm not. But you know, you can fight me on that and I'd probably buckle, so you know, whatever. And that feeds into a question from I'm Bored Toys. On average, how many hours a week are you in Lego YouTube streams, i.e. in the chat? So this question I got before I started streaming myself, so that's obviously bumped up that time. But actually just in chat, purely Lego, I'm gonna go with that. So, you know, the fabulous Art and Jess streams, I ain't counting. I'd say I spend on average 3 hours a day watching somebody stream. There's one stream every day of the week that I don't really want to miss. So yeah, an average, I'd say 21 hours a week I'm chatting with everyone in streams, in other people's streams. Which when you think about it is a lot, but it's all good for now. So next, Simon Moss. Do I talk to my friends or colleagues about Lego and do they seem interested? So I've obviously, as I said, only have a handful of friends. I've told them about it. They have very little to no interest, but they think it's cool that I'm doing something, you know, with the whole YouTube side of it, and they like seeing me this happy. So they're interested in how I'm doing in that respect, but the actual Lego they don't seem to care about. But then they also haven't seen it because obviously COVID, we've not really had people around the house, and this has all kind of happened since then. So yeah, I think the worst is that my brothers don't care. I have brothers and they couldn't care less about my Lego addiction at all because they have my parents' Lego addiction to contend with, and they have lost all interest, to be honest. So I don't talk to everyone about it because of the lack of interest I've had from other people that care about me. So I don't really like talk about Lego all the time, but as I've said, I spend most of my time with you guys, so I kind of do. So next question is from Redmond, aka, I don't know how to say your name, man, as one thing. Red Medukit Brooks. This. That. Yeah, you. Questions from you. I took two of your questions because they kind of linked. First one was, why no sig fig yet? I'm lazy. Like, there's no other which way around that. I'm just too lazy to look through all my options, to be honest, and yeah, just haven't found the time outside of doing everything else that I do to spend hours looking at hair pieces, you know. I will do one eventually, like I need one for the friendship bus, but it's not, I don't know, it's not been a priority for me right now, but I will do one eventually. And next question was, what is my favourite minifigure? So 100% favourite minifigure is Sad Clown from the CMF series. This beautiful guy. I hate clowns. I absolutely hate clowns, but in this style of like the jestery, mime, balance, like a classic original clown, I'm into. I really like the aesthetic, it looks really good. It's a true art form, it really is. I just don't like modern day clowns, I find them terrifying. So, Sad Clown is one of my favourite minifigures, but I don't have him, and that makes me the Sad Clown. And then my other favourite minifigure, who I built extremely recently, is Monkey King, who, look, he's just amazing on his little cloud, and the level of detail in this figure is just incredible. I love every part of it, and the printing and everything, it's astonishing. So yeah, so next question is from London Bridge Bricks, and it is Lego YouTubing what you imagined it would be like. I don't really know. I don't particularly know what I imagined, if that makes sense. I thought it would be a lot quieter than it has been. I thought I'd just make a couple of videos, like 10 people would watch them because they're my friends, and it would just be something fun for me to do that's just a bit different to what I have been doing. So I kind of just thought it would be a little passion project just to get to know video editing, get to know doing all this stuff. I didn't think I'd be streaming, I didn't think I'd go on Twitch. I didn't think any of the things that have been happening would be happening, so it's very exciting. But I really enjoy it. I thought it would be fun, and it is. So in that respect, yes. But I just did not expect how amazing and how accepting the community has been for me to take up a little part of their time, a little bit of space on the platforms. So that's been incredible. So thank you again, everyone, for being exactly the way you are. You're amazing. But yeah, it is and it isn't. I expected less and I got more, but it's all on the same wavelength of fun. So that's great. It's all been great so far. I've not hated it. I've not felt burnt out. I've not nothing. I know I haven't been very consistent with content when I've been too busy, but I've been okay with that. And I think for the most part you guys have as well, which has been really awesome. Really awesome to not be too demanding of me right now, because I am so new to all of this. Like I'm new to making content, I'm new to editing videos, I'm new to recording videos. Like you've seen my bloopers, this is struggling. I struggle to do these, but it's fun when it's done, if that makes sense. So yeah, it has and hasn't all at once, Greg. I hope that answers your question. Next question was again from Brat Packer on Instagram, and it was Christmas or Halloween? That's a really hard question for me because, you know, obviously Halloween is just a way of life. It's a lifestyle, it really is. All the spooky, all the fun decorations, everything. It's so cool. I really enjoy it. But it does feel like a limited time event. Whereas Christmas to me, I get way too over the top, way too excited. Like my entire house becomes a freaking grotto. It's just, I don't know, I love Christmas so much and I get very giddy for it very early days. I haven't this year, which has been weird. Like I'm very much enjoying spooky season, but it's gotta be Christmas. Christmas is the winner for me, but that doesn't exclude Halloween from my life, ever, in any respect. Just want that noted. Okay, next question is from Tech Productions. What is it about Tech that makes him such an amazing guy? Great question, sir. So I will give you 4 reasons. 1, great at questions. Very important information that we all need to know. Number 2, cracking pair of legs. And so he likes to show off all the time, and we all enjoy them. Number 3, kind of funny. Kind of. Sometimes when he wants to be, he's funny and we enjoy that. And number 4, overwhelming kindness and generosity. I just look at my last video and you'll see exactly why I love you so much, why everybody else loves you so much. You're an amazing guy. I don't know why you're like that, but you are, and it's fantastic, and we all think that, trust me. So thanks for that question, bud. And then last question that I have for you, which is good because this has been so long already. Last question is from the amazing Brick, and it is, what retired theme do you wish they would bring back? And that's it's Monster Fighters, easily. I want all of the sets, and I want there to be more sets for me to want, if that makes sense. I love the spookiness, I love the theme, I love what they did with the theme, I loved everything about it. And no, I don't want it to come back as another Hidden Side, even though I liked Hidden Side for the same reasons. I just really like the look and the way they did the Monster Fighters with more the classic monster movie feel, because I really enjoy classic monster movies, so that's what I would want to come back. Okay, so that was incredibly long. As always, I just rambled, and I'm terribly sorry for that. I might have to make this a 2-parter. We shall see. But thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for everyone who asked a question. Again, anyone whose question didn't get answered, it's not that I haven't seen you. It's not that I don't love your question. It's just, this takes forever because I can't shut up. So I should probably shut up. Don't forget to do all your YouTubey things, like, subscribe, leave me a comment. If you have more questions, feel free to ask them. If you don't want them saved till a video, let me know. I will answer them right there and then for you. You can always ask me anything. Thank you for watching. You've been a treat. I hope I've been a treat for you, and I will see you in the next one. freaking ice cream truck outside. It's so cold. Why is there an ice cream truck outside?